Hello Exiles and welcome to a new video. Today I'm joining you first of all with the gameplay of my Smith of Kitava spear build with twisters. As you can see, I'm still using twisters even after the bug fix where it was adding the 50% damage as extra element to each projectile thrown. So first one would get 50, second one would get 100, third one would get 150, and so on, scaling infinitely just based on how many projectiles you throw. So that was bug fixed. That's why I one-shotted some not map bosses, but some campaign bosses completely one-shotted with just one salvo of twisters, and it was ridiculous. Yeah, but here you're gonna be able to see me use the Primal strike skills, which I'm experimenting with. And I like the skill a lot. I love the visuals of the skills when you're actually hitting a shocked enemy. You see this cone salvo spirits going out, and yeah, they do deal quite a lot of damage. It's nothing to sneeze at, I think. But for these skills to be able to put to good use, you'll need some kind of shock. Yeah, this was my first glance map, and I already dropped the fracturing orb. That was, I think, quite lucky. Yeah, but as you can see me use tornadoes, and it's completely fine now. I'm gonna do the boss showcase. It's the Act 1 boss, the witch, the cold witch in the Mire map. And yeah, this was a like tier 2 map or something with some defensive modifiers, I think. I don't even remember. But yeah, the damage is fine, and as I said in the first video, the smaller the arena is, the better the twister damage is. And as you can see, the Primal strikes are actually doing some damage here. It is nothing to sneeze at, I would say. And I want to kind of figure out how to get this skill to deal even more damage and maybe even clear. Yeah, but I finally, by the way, got the Trail of Lightning Beast, so I get shocked round. But now let's get to the gear of the character. Yeah, so now for the character, currently level 68, Smith of Kitava, Exalt Red Warrior, and I have found a couple bugs, and I'll get to that a bit later. Now, first of all, let's get to the gear. So I bought a better weapon. This one I bought for, I think, 20x, and it was a bit overpriced, to be honest, I think. So yeah, get what you can. For now, I don't want to say any conclusions to what is ideal on a weapon. I would say for now, for the beginning, let's just say get as much flat damage as you can get, and that's the goal, I would say. For now. Yeah, but that's the weapon. My body armor, white. I'm Smith of Kitava, right? So my body armor is just white. Gloves, I bought these for, I think, 5-7 exalted orbs with just flat damage, lots of life, and I slammed 2x, got the 9 dexterity and the 18 chaos rest, so that's good. Boots, bought these for 2 exalts, good enough. Movement speed, life, armor base, resists, so good. And the helmet needed some accuracy, so I bought a helmet with accuracy. And yeah, armor based again, lots of life, some resists. Amulet, just, I don't know if I've even bought this, maybe for 1x. Yeah, I regaled on the fire res. That's the amulet. Ring, of course you want to get flat damage on your rings, so I bought this one for, I don't know, 2x again, something like that, with accuracy. Cold damage to attacks, life, and intelligence is quite nice because I'm using Frostbolt and I don't have to get intelligence on my skill tree anymore. This ring is still the same. I have it mainly for the mana leech. Yeah, gloves I've covered. The belt, I bought this thing for, I think, 1 or 2x, just with armor, cold resist, and a bit of lightning resist to give me the last bit of resistances I needed. The buckler, I dropped this one. I immediately started using it because I switched back to using buckler from the Dance with Death keystone. And I was experimenting with that one because I thought the skill speed would increase your projectile speed, but I'm not so sure about that because it doesn't feel like it is increasing my projectile speed. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Just using a poison immunity charm. And please, if anyone knows how to actually lock your weapon to both weapon sets, because I was trying to figure this out yesterday. How to lock your weapon with weapon sets. I couldn't find anything. And one of the teasers was that you can lock your weapon for 2 of your weapon set skill points. So you would allocate the weapon set skill points and still use the same weapon for the weapon set 1 and weapon set 2. You would only switch the skill trees, not your weapon set. And I cannot find the way how to do that. No one in the global chat responded, so apparently no one cares about it or something. But in the video there was something when they hovered over the weapon sets right here. There was something like saying like compare or something. Like there's the alt to inspect. If you would hover over the weapon set 1 or 2, you would have the thing that would say, I don't know, lock or something. And I cannot find how to get that. I was just trying to smash my keyboard, press all the buttons, and nothing worked. I didn't find anything on Reddit. Nothing. Just basically nothing. So if anyone knows how to switch your weapon sets without switching the weapons, how to lock your weapon, please tell me in the comments. Because I want to do some shit in the skill tree. And you know what, talking about the skill tree, let's jump into it. So, Smith of Kitava, still the same ascendancy, using the Cold Stalker for the resist, fire resist applying to other resists, or, 50% of fire res applying to cold and lightning. And then the Smith's Masterwork, and I switched to Molten Symbol and Letter Bindings. I switched to Molten Symbol from the Kitava engraving. And, it's good so far. I've got 3300 armor, and this thing, physical damage taken from hits is taken as fire, so that's also good. And there's a similar thing on the skill tree, right? Somewhere here. Oh, it's a bit different. Armor also applies to fire damage taken from hits. Never mind. Yeah, but the really unfortunate thing is I wanted to use... Listen, since your spears are most... Like they require more dexterity than strength, and all your spear gems require only dexterity and lots of it. I wanted to go and have dexterity base item but still have armor, so I went for Iron Reflexes. But the unfortunate part is Iron Reflexes keystone is bugged. So let me actually show you. Converts all evasion into armor, and I've already found things on the bug page on the PoE website talking about this, that it's bugged. So it has been told to GGG that it's bugged, and hopefully they fix it soon. But what is bugged about it? Your evasion, like from other sources, converts normally. Like if you get, I don't know, evasion as an affix on your ring. I think it's a prefix. You can get evasion, flat evasion on your ring. That works, but the implicits of evasion on item, like from my buckler, don't give the right amount. Look at this. 3300, and I've got 150 right here. And this should be 151 armor after Iron Reflexes. Look. 3315, 3311. So my buckler, instead of 150 on flat armor, gives me 4 flat armor. And that's why I had to redo all my gear and like buy all the armor pieces, and for now be more like actually armor based, because Iron Reflexes is bugged, unfortunately. And I'm looking forward to the time when it's fixed. I hope that it's gonna be in the next patch or something, But yeah, it's been announced. It's there, so it's gonna get fixed soon. But yeah, for example, with Iron Reflexes, this node is still working fine. +1 evasion rating per 1 armor on equipped gloves. Yeah, and just to show you, I've got 122 armor gloves here. Not that I'm not... just to show you I'm not kidding. As you can see, I've lost 500 armor. Or 600 even, sorry. Yeah. And this node still works, because... Do I have any, like, similar... yeah, look. This node still works, because I've got more armor on my gloves than on my boots than on my gloves. And I'm gonna lose less armor. See? 2800, and if I take out my gloves, 2700. And they have less armor than my boots. So this still works, and this converts the evasion rating that I get from as an additional from my armor on my gloves correctly. Let's say Iron Reflexes converts it correctly from this node. But if I have an implicit on my item, unfortunately it doesn't convert correctly. So that's an issue I'm looking forward to be fixed. And yeah, the rest of the tree is a bit weird. As I said, I want to do the weapon sets because, for example, I'm trying the Primal Strike, which is a melee, and I'm having these projectile and projectile speed, projectile damage stuff all over the tree, like here. And I want to do 2 weapon sets, one for the melee skills and one for the twisters, for the projectiles. But the unfortunate part is I don't know how to set up or how to lock your weapon. And yeah, so if I would like to do another weapon set, I would have to get another weapon, and I don't want to do that right now. So that's a bit unfortunate. But now the skill tree looks like this. Feel free if you want to copy it. And I should really soon finally download Path of Building for PoE 2, if you can actually paste Path of Building for PoE 2. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah, next levels are these nodes. I didn't know about these, but these are actually, I think, quite powerful. Can cap your block quite easily, I think, with these, and quite quick. And yeah, this is the skill tree for now. I'm not happy with it, but this is certainly better than the last skill tree I was using. But it's a bit all over the place, and I want to figure out a better way how to get to things. But first of all, I need to set up the weapon sets, and the weapon sets are as I said, I have no idea how to do that. So please tell me if you know. But now, quickly just cover the gems. The combo is still the same. Use Swirling Slash, and I've changed. I don't use Fangs of Frost anymore, and I'm using Frostbolt to... Once I cast Whirling Slash 3 times, I used Frostbolt, then I press Barrage, and then the Twisters. And the Barrage didn't go off for some reason, so let's do it again. Barrage. Yeah, looks like this. And I don't have to do the Frostbolt every time, because finally I've got a beast with Trail of Lightning. And Trail of Lightning means once they engage in combat, they leave like trail of lightning behind them that is a shocked ground. And Trail of Lightning is for me actually ideal, because the more lightning damage, the more chance to shock, and actually synergizes with the Primal Strikes, because the Primal Strikes consume shock. Yeah, but the thing I wanted to say here, the beast is bugged as fuck, or at least the beast character sheet. I don't know if it actually changes anything, but yeah, the beast character sheet, for example, look at this. There's, for some reason, resistance is copied multiple times. I don't know why. There's, what was there? 56, 560 movement speed plus modifier. He definitely doesn't have 560 movement speed. That's what I know for sure. But the funny thing here is 1800 life. Look at what happens when I remove my +1 level of minion skills. 1875, 1805, 1300, 1800, 1875, 1500, almost 1900, 1500, 1600, 1800. I don't know what's up with this. It's bugged as fuck. I don't know if it's just a sheet or if it's actually changing the life of the beast. Yeah, but it's bugged as fuck. And I don't know if it's worth it to look at this at all. But for the functionality of this build, I would say get a beast with some kind of trail at least. It's a quality of life. And I don't know how I feel about the beasts, because they're actually a lot of squishy. They have a good regen, but they're squishy as fuck. They die a lot. And you wait a long time until they're able to resummon. And just to rely on the beast so heavily with my... I rely quite heavily on the beast with my build. Because without the beast, I'm not using Primal Strikes, or I can, but they're doing half of the damage because the boss is not shocked, the enemy is not shocked without my beast, and without consuming the shock, without hitting a shocked enemy, it feels a bit weird to use the skill. Yeah, but as you can see, this is the normal strikes damage, 186. This is the final strike, the third one. This one. And if you're hitting the shocked enemy, each attack you deal additional 299 damage. Each strike. So that's why I think it's quite good, but you really need to find a way how to reliably shock, and that's a bit hard with the beast dying all the time, and at the same time it is bugged, and sometimes the trail of lightning just disappears from him and he stops doing it, stops casting it. So if it is weird, but yeah, that's the setup for now. And yeah, even if you are without a beast, you are not so reliant on the beast with your twisters, because you can still do the combo just fine, but you have one extra step, and that's Frostbolt. So you would cast Frostbolt before you cast your tornadoes, your twisters. So that's the change. But yeah, if your companion here is alive, you can just as well do the primal strikes. Yeah, but for now the gem setup for Twister is still the same as in the first video. Barrage is Ingenuity and Premeditation for the extra damage. Thunderous Leap with Unyielding and Magnified Effect. Frostbolt with Despoiler for the ground effect duration. Spear of Solaris, I'm testing it. It feels a bit clunky at the moment. Maybe it doesn't fit that well into my build. So yeah, I'm testing it. I'm barely using it, if I even remember to use it. Tame Beast, I've got another one if I ever find another beast. And yeah, Herald of Thunder with Longshot and Innervate. And the companion I've covered, and it's linked with Meat Shield, Elemental Army, and Minion Mastery. So yeah, that's the video for now, I would say. It is more of a talkative video, but I really needed to cover a couple things. And yeah, by the way, if you don't know, I needed to include this into the video. If you don't know how to... Do I have any beast here? Ah, the Quadrilla. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm gonna take out this companion of mine, and I'll summon this one. If you don't know how to level up the level of your companion, you need to do this. You need to have the lower level than you want to have. So let's say I want to upgrade this Quadrilla from level 11 to level 14. Then I need to click the Uncut Skill Gem, and don't go to Spears because it's not going to appear here. The only thing here is the Tame Beast. You need to click all gems, And then here you're going to be able to see the quadrilla and level it up from level 11 to level whatever you want to. As you can see, level 14 now. And it should have more life and stuff. Yeah. Let's actually see if it's bugged even on this one. No, it doesn't seem to be bugged on this one for some reason. Oh, great. So it's just that my companion is, I don't know, restarted or something. Yeah, a bit weird. And by the way, I still don't know what the ideal beast is. Yeah, so lots of experimenting with the spear skills and all of this. Yeah, but that's it for the video. I think I've covered everything I needed for now. So I guess see you in the next update. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be streaming right after I upload the video again. So if you want to ask any questions or just see how I play the build, how I improve all the time with the build, then hop on Twitch, link in the description, and yeah, see you next time, Exiles. Bye bye, thank you very much for watching.